Happy Monday, everybody. So, I was thinking about something about working in a small business, having your own home shop or working from home, starting. Everybody talks about, how these big businesses started in a garage. And as many of you already know, we do work from our garage. And, we do a lot of orders and we take care of a lot of customers, businesses, military units, things like that. But it doesn't take away from the stigma or the idea, because people expect you to be in a brick and mortar. They expect you to be in a building. They expect all these things, but yet, they support small business. They have no problem working with their friends that are, starting small businesses and things like that. Many people use postal boxes, or even like us, we have a lease at the postal annex where we use a drop off and pickup, things like that. But people expect to go to that address and things like that. But you also have to, protect your business, your family, things like that. And we offer local pickup. Many of our customers that are continuing customers, military units, things like that, they know they can come here between our hours of operation, and that address is available. And we have to have some sort of level of protection, some level of barrier between randos, marketers, things like that. And it makes it really difficult. So we get people that will say, hey, well, this address is on Google. Well, I have a legal lease. And so I have a space there, and I can advertise that as our location. And Google has that as well, and it shows on there that this is a drop-off and pickup only. But yet we still get that stigma where people be like, oh, you're out of your home print shop, or oh, you should have let us know, even though it's there. So how does small business actually beat that? Like us, we are still trying to find a space for our type of business. And yes, we do wonderful things, but then how do you get that business in, or a competing business, or people with a small printer, when you're trying to support them, or somebody making posts, or doing things malicious? It gets kind of disheartening, discouraging. And even though us, it doesn't hurt us all that much, but it makes me wonder, if that's the kind of business that you want to support. Because look, no one has $1 million to just throw at a startup idea. There's people like us. We want to provide quality service, good products, do all these things, and we do. That's why we have this large commercial printer for DTF, banners, t-shirts, bags, you name it. That's why we offer it, not big bulk orders. We do want big bulk orders because that's where we make a lot of our profit. But smaller orders and lasers, and we have a large 3655 hybrid laser to make parts and cut things out and things like that. And we pivot our business all the time because we are small. Month to month matters. So how do we get support from the community? How do we support the community? Continually giving and giving and giving is not a sustainable business model. And so I was talking to some small business owners and trying to see how we can support them and how they can support us, which we're always trying to do. And if you've worked with us, you got a business that's worked with us, things like that, that we will support anybody who, just needs a birthday shirt or whatever. We help with design work and we do that, but we have to make money. We are a business, and there's so many people out there that'll buy like a small DTF printer, and they'll do it for a little bit, they'll do it for a while, and they're really, really cheap. The quality is just not there sometimes, and sometimes it's there, but they're not making a profit. They're not full-time. It's not their full business. And we want to support them in expanding their business. And it's kind of hard when those people you're supporting say negative things, or will try to price cut you and all this other stuff just to get a job. And you know what? That's the way you want to run your business, go for it. But I'm an honest business owner, and we are a legal business. We pay our taxes. We pay our sales taxes. We pay our resale taxes. We have overhead. We have websites. We have design software. We have electric bills, things like that. And we got to make a profit too. And when and where does a small business like me and my family-run veteran business, and all that should matter, right? But it doesn't always, And again, you make it matter by providing great quality of service and customer service, in which we try to do. But I don't believe it's by talking negative or doing negative on other businesses. Some people have different turnaround times. Some people have different setups and whatnot, but we are full-time. We are here to support you. And we got to get the support. $1,400 or 1,400, followers or whatever on Facebook, TikTok doesn't, transition to money. And that is what a business is. So what we're doing is trying to bring positivity back into the market. These outside companies that will say that they're local as well, and they'll do it and, do things to businesses. Susie, whoever, or whatever. I mean, I said Susie as like a random name, but they all make stuff out of their home, and that's okay. I think that's great. That's wonderful. I think people should try to be entrepreneurial and try to start something new. Just know that people that actually have a business and pay the taxes and do the right things, when some others are not, do have overhead. There is a cost to doing business, and when the market change, there's deployments, there's whatever, gas prices, people's mood, the news, whatever, it'll affect how businesses purchase and people buy. And most of our businesses, the people that we do business with, are businesses. They're other businesses, uniforms, hats, things like that. When they're affected, we're affected. So we see it and feel it more than some other businesses. So what I'm asking you today is, take some time, like and share the video. Support, comment, make your large purchases here. If you're in a military unit, have them come here. Have them call us. We're doing everything to make sure we support, our community, and be there for the people that need us, and when it matters. So support your small businesses. Do what you can for them. Share their post. Get other people to share their post, because just like me, I'm the owner, I'm the marketer, I'm the customer service, I'm everything. And that's not a complaint. It's a joy and a pleasure and a blessing to be able to run my own business and try to achieve something for me and my family. But just know that it's much harder than it looks. And so your support means everything. So we thank you. Have a wonderful Monday. Think about us, Mabuhay Designs and Company. If you're a military unit, there's a domain we have, lejeune-marines.com, where you can build your unit order, your point of contact and whatnot. We make the payment process, how to track everything, and it builds a roster for you, not for us, but for you, so you can track if you want to collect money or however you want to do the gear. We have an order right now with another unit, and we're waiting to get their gear. And with things happening, it's not going to be always perfect, and you don't know when things are going to land, but those types of things, the websites and things like that we have out there, if it's not there, give us a call, because everything we do is custom. We're not going to have every single brand of shirt or every single brand of thing in stock. And many of you know we have a lot of stock in black and things like that, and different materials and colors. But just a single color, it's hundreds of dollars for one size. Small, extra small, medium, large, XL, 2X. That can become thousands of dollars just for one type of shirt. So just remember, your local businesses are out here. They're trying. They ship stuff in, different apparel brands, but these bigger companies will gouge us with large shipping fees just to get things in. And we manage, by doing all that type of stuff, which makes us fast and quick turnaround. Very, very, very fast and high quality, and we're always there to make sure that our customers are supported. But again, support your small businesses. Thank you for listening. I hope this 10-minute video actually does well. Thank you, and Shop Mabuhay Designs and Company.